Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday, June 13th, 2025. Uh, Yesterday and the day before were crazy, and the day before that. So I haven't really had a moment to just sit down and think and catch up and do my journal. Um, so that's what we're going to do together for a couple days, really. So we went to Nashville, Tennessee. I made the decision on Tuesday to take an overnight to Nashville, where the Story Brand was putting on a certification course, the first 2 day session of a year long program. And I signed up for it. It's $1,000 a month. Um, so luckily that's feasible, and I have finances to do that. But it's going to make things tighter. And as I'm diving into this, it's hopefully going to bring me a much higher ROI than it does expense, uh, because it is an investment at the end of the day. So um, we got there at 7:30 a.m. on Wednesday, and the session started at. So we got there at 7:30. The session started at 9. So I was took the red eye and I was exhausted, but it was really good. So um, I am now a certified story brand expert, which means I am certified to work with companies under the Story Brand name with the support of Story Brand. So I have coaches and mentors who are helping me as I'm working with my clients serve them even better, which I'm really excited about that aspect of it. So there is a Story Brand 7-step framework. This is a workshop that I may put together and do a workshop. That could be fun. Um, and I don't know. Would anyone want to come to, say, a 4-hour workshop on Story Brand? We'll see what you guys think. If you guys think you would enjoy that, I'll put it together. So, this workshop, it's all about how do we make the main character your client. You are the guide. The guide is helping the main character understand how to get to the resolution of their pain, which that resolution should be purchasing your product. And so it starts with, okay, who's the character? The customer is the hero. At the end of the day, the customer is always the hero. The hero has a problem. The hero meets a guide who understands their problem and gives them a plan and calls them to action that helps them avoid failure and ends in success. So that's creating your score, uh, brand story. Is what is that archetype that your customer goes through? And that's what we would do. That's what this workbook is all about, and that's what we would do in a workshop if we had decided to do one. And in this workshop, we would create the brand story, we'd create your brand script, uh, create marketing messaging and a marketing campaign. So to do that, you've got to create your brand script, the tagline, the one-liner, website wireframe, lead generator, sales emails, nurturing emails. So those are all the assets we would be looking to create. So how do you create your tagline? your one-liner. Oh, we went over website wireframes. That was really good. It made me really think about how I'm doing everything I'm doing. And I should relook at it. Using, so StoryBrand also, the certification lets me use and resell their AI system. So they have an entire AI agent that helps us with copy and building StoryBrand. It's all built on ChatGPT. So it's cutting edge stuff. So wireframe, lead generator, and this is like, what is your lead magnet? How do you get people in the door? So create lead generator, sales emails, nurture emails, and that's it. So they gave us this workbook that we can do keynote speeches on, and we can go out and use in our business, which is awesome. And they'll support us, and how do we put it together? Got some checklists. That's for consideration. We didn't really use these workbooks. They just handed them out. I should do all of this on Life with Justin Stevens. So what I'm going to do is go live and do this on my personal brand and take people through it so they can see what a story brand is. And then we may think about doing an event in the future to help people build out their story brand assets. And we got a product guide, which is great. So my top offer is a fractional CMO, which they say starting at $2,500. I'm $2,000 a month, so that starts at $2,400 or $1,000, which is great. So I'm about at the suggested price. And so what I'm looking for is 5 companies to be a fractional CMO for, and help them build their company while documenting it just like this. And as I'm documenting it, I'm marketing their company, what they do, how they do it. Just like when I'm documenting going through this, when I'm live streaming it next week, or yeah, probably next week because I got the kids this weekend. So I'm going to be playing with them. But I'll live stream it, and that will show people what a story brand expert does. And yeah, that'll be good. I'm excited. Drive people to them. So if you would like help creating your own story brand, reach out, let me know. We could do it as a live together. That would be pretty cool to get good at taking people through this one-on-one live. because it'd be marketing them out to the entire show network, which is good for them. The hard thing is you got to be really transparent. And will people be transparent? That's the real question. I think they will. All right, let's take. I got a nice pen. This workbook. Write some action items. All right. One. Schedule. Workshop. Create. Show graphics. That's for the podcast. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to adjust how I interview people to bring in this story brand framework and use that as kind of the podcast. Because what I like about it is it gives me something, it gives me a partner. It gives me something else to sell because I can sell for $50 a month. You can get a story brand AI agent that will create all kinds of stuff. You'll see it as I go live with it, which is really cool. I need to. I need to get mine set up. But yeah, it's very exciting. So next, what else are my action items moving forward? So I heard back from my dad. He doesn't want to stream or share our coaching calls. So I'm going to do a review of the coaching call right after the coaching call, just using my glasses, is how I'll do that. To be candid, he doesn't necessarily agree with my transparency and how transparent I am, which I totally understand. I'd be terrified for me too if my kid was trying to do what I'm trying to do. But that's okay. That's okay. feel very blessed. It'll be a good Father's Day weekend. You can go swim at the parents. I have my kids. Tristan has a swim meet tomorrow, which is very exciting. Can't wait for that. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Life is such an adventure. I love it. I think a lot. So I'll find myself just wandering around thinking like this. Do you ever find yourself wandering around just randomly thinking about life? Thinking about what's going on, what you should be doing, what you could be doing? I do. All the time. All the time. Yeah. So, that's my action items. I didn't get to share this with anyone, but this is our owner's manual. If anybody would like one, it comes in the Employee Empowerment Initiative. So if you join that, you get to be a part of everything I'm building. And that's the hard thing for me to, not for me, for me to explain is that the Employee Empowerment Initiative is the main thing I want to sell and I want to produce. And so even though it's the cheapest thing I do, it is the number one thing I want to sell. Isn't that interesting? I find it interesting. June 1st. Oh, this is old data. I update this every single week, you guys. I'm really proud of what I've built. I think it's cool. Someday people may understand it. Someday they might not. And that is okay too. So I wrote this book. That's what this is the book, and just inserted. And it's just all about what are the tax strategies that I put into America's holding company. Or what are the thoughts that I used to create America's holding company? Let's go with that. It's like Stocks 101. Dividends, cash now, tax later. Capital gains, tax credits. Stock splits and reverse stock splits. Debt. Issuing more stock, going global. What entity type are you? Class shares and super voting rights. Building America's holding company. How an ESOP works. Full play. Seller financing. Tax and finance cheat sheet. So it's got, I'll just walk you through it real quick. It's got my weekly update at the very beginning. And my hope is to create this in a way that I give it to a client, and a client then has everything they need to do to share it, this idea, with someone else. It comes in the product. So that's why I put everything I put in here. So it's got the weekly update. It's got the National Tax Strategy Education Program, which is this little booklet. It's got a welcome letter that I wrote on November 21st. Let's see what I said that day. I'm honored to have you join me on this journey. Each and every day we make decisions based on creating a future that we want to live in. Signing up to be a founder with us at America's Holding Company is one of those decisions. We are honored to have you as part of our team and hope that you will continue to be part of our team for years to come. This owner's manual is designed to introduce you to what it is that we are doing as an organization, and it is a place to track everything that you receive from us, including the first stock certificate that you receive as part of our investment into your future. As we are building this idea out and developing it, things can and will change. I appreciate your understanding and willingness to go through these changes with me as we determine the best way to take care of each other through life. If you ever need me, please reach out directly through email to j.stevens@americasholdingcompany.com. So that's my work email address. I do not use that email address very much. I use my personal email address, justin@justindcstevens.com. Interesting. So then in your binder, you get the Articles of Incorporation, and you get our executive summary. So this is just all of the thoughts and everything that I've used to create America's Holding Company. So I think about it like you've got a pie. Social Security, the Social Security Fund is a pie. And what they don't know how to do is divide the pie among all the participants who put in the pie in an equitable way. My opinion. That's the problem I'm trying to solve, is how would I divide the Social Security pie? And so that's why I built the Future of Society Investment Opportunities. This is how I would divide the pie, is I would give everybody ownership in the pie first. So that's why we created the company. But then if you got married, new baby, adopting a child, divorce, unexpected medical events costing over $10,000, college graduation, high school graduation, death of your child, becoming a U.S. citizen, retirement, and joining the military. All of these things should be celebrated by us as a society. And so the way we celebrate them is if you invest $100 into the company, you get discounted shares for them. So it is a purchase, it is not a gift. So if I'm getting married, I've got to be a subscriber to America's Holding Company, but then I can pay $100 and I would get 50 Class C shares. Or if I'm having a baby, I would get 150 Class C shares. And those shares are designed for you to either let them sit and grow with us, grow with the company, or turn around and sell them back to the company to create cash to deal with the event. Because sometimes you're in a crappy situation and you need to. So $100 gets you 50 shares when you get married. Well, let's say the shares are going for $5 a share, and you just got 50 for $2 a share. That whole difference is your gain. So you can either take the money, sell the shares, or hold on to the shares and let them appreciate more over time. Isn't that funny? So the management team, our market analysis, direct competitors, indirect competitors, competitive threats, our marketing strategy. My marketing strategy is I am taking you with me on the journey I am going through time. So as I experience life, I document it and then I share it. That is my whole marketing strategy. And this content is designed for people who think like me or want to think like me or aspire to be where I'm at. I've done great in life. I am not where I want to be. And I think a lot of people would resonate with that. You've done very well in life. You're still not where you want to be, and that's okay. So my marketing strategy is just creating content around how do I get where I want to be? How do I make that happen? Our sales strategy, the production strategy. The production is this, and every year you get a Christmas ornament. They're very cool. The investment thesis, the financial model, my vision, the value of time, then how to use your shares. So how do I get value from being a part of this idea, right? And that's the whole goal is to take the Class C shares public. When we go public, that creates the open market that anyone can buy and sell shares at any point. And then when we sell Class B shares, we tie it to the Class C daily market price. Because you can only sell Class B shares back to America's Holding Company, right? So if you sell 100 Class B shares, we'll go with this example right here, you get to owner finance them over time. So the longer you, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, the longer you owner finance them, the more you get for doing it, but the less you get each month. Because we're dividing it by the number of months, just like a reverse mortgage. So that's how you accumulate these shares over time. And that's the whole reason it's uh, you get them multiplied by the number of years you've been involved. Because by the time you've been involved 30 years, you're getting a lot of ownership out of the organization, but you've also put in a lot into the organization, right? And that's how it's designed to work over time, is tying the Class C shares to the Class B shares to give us a benchmark and immediate liquidity in the market today through Class C shares. And then it has the stock ledger, who owns what stock. What does that look like? So my goal is to create a binder that has everything someone would need to go to a bank and be able to leverage ownership in this company. That's why I have the articles of incorporation and the stock list, and they'll have their stock shares. I want to empower people to use this for their own advantage. I believe Social Security is an advantage we as Americans have, but it should be from birth till death. It should not be once you get to this age. It should be from birth to death. And not just for someone, but for everyone. And so that's what I've tried to design in America's holding company. Who knows if I did? Who knows if it will even work? But that's the beauty of life, is failure. And when I was first designing all of this, one of the things that kept driving me was the idea that if I knew in 1 year, no matter what I did, I would still feel like a failure, what would I do? Well, if you fail on a small goal versus a large goal, I'd rather fail on a large goal. And so that's why I decided to do things the way I do them. And I believe God gave me this idea. I believe God is the reason that I am even here today. And I believe someday he's gonna... Oh, it's Robert. I'm going to call you back shortly. I believe that God gave me this idea to hold. I believe he gave me my parents because I needed to be kind yet strong. And I get kindness from my mother and strength from my father. I believe I needed to understand entrepreneurship in order to be in the position I am. And so God made my parents entrepreneurs because he knew part of his plan was me, and part of his plan is my kids and their kids. And so I believe it's divine intervention. And that's why I keep just sharing my idea and not... I have not tried to actively sell it. Shame on me. I get scared. But I'll share it. I'll talk about it. Won't sell it though. Awful. It's awful. I will do better. I will do better. But yeah, life's a wild adventure, guys. But you have to be willing to be an adventurer. You've got to be willing to get up and get out. Take action. Because life waits for no one. I really appreciate you guys following along on my journey as I'm figuring out life. And if I can serve you, let me know. If I can help you in any way, let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, share. The only way this works is if I can figure out how to get someone to agree with some of my thoughts and share them online. Not be afraid of what other people will think. Which means I need to not be afraid of what other people will think. Which, to be very transparent, there's a couple people in my life that I'm very afraid to put content out there like this because I feel like they don't like it. And it makes it really hard. But that's okay. That is part of life. Anyways, I'm going to go call Robert. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. If I can serve you in any way, please let me know. What's going on, everybody? We're going grocery shopping at my favorite place, Winco. Winco is amazing. It's an employee-owned organization, which means everyone who works at Winco gets ownership in Winco. How cool is that? It's called an ESOP, an employee stock ownership plan. Any company can set them up, any company can have them. There's a whole bunch of different options, but they are really good for employees. An employee-owned company. That's why I've modeled everything I've built after an ESOP. Because if you think about it, I'll stop talking to myself, so I don't look crazy. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I need peppers. Got corn on the cob. I do like corn on the cob. Oh, sorry. Always pepper, avocado, ground beef, 7-Up and Gatorade. That's right here. Snacks. Let's go get cereal. Get some cereal. There's our flag, guys. Love that flag. Love that flag. It's crazy to think about what it takes for me to go shopping without talking to anyone. If you think about it, it's like, oh my gosh. Every single one of these things comes from a different plant. There's just so much out there. So much out there. Alright. You're gonna get bulk trail mix. Love this stuff. Which one do we want? We're gonna go with this one. It looks good. Animal cracker cookies. Those aren't on my list. But the kids would probably love them. And I love them. So we'll get them. Two, three, nine. Winco's bulk section is the best. Hey!
What are you up to?
Grocery shopping? What
Yeah.
are you doing?
I just finished my training at the hospital, and
No.
I thought it'd be nice to make a cheesecake for the person that taught me everything.
Oh,
Just to be nice.
you're such a nice
I know,
guy.
right?
I love it.
Yeah.
How's life?
It's good. Really
Yeah.
good. How about you?
Life is amazing. I ended up in Tennessee this week,
Yeah?
and I just got back this morning.
Yeah.
So now I'm getting groceries. I'm picking up the kids for Father's Day weekend, and
Nice.
so I feel very blessed.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it is.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you at the
See
bar.
ya.
Well, that was nice. Yes, sour cream. Whipped cream. Cream cheese spread for my bagel. Excuse me. Milk. We are going to get. Oh, sorry. Mm-hmm. Frozen pizza. I don't know about you guys, but DiGiorno is by far the best frozen pizza. We like the DiGiorno pepperoni. One of the few things my kids will all eat. We need Gardetto's, chips, bread and bagels, scoops. Mm-hmm. 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 Sorry. Sorry about that. For our popcorn, we'll get some candies. Some candies. Chips. And Gardetto's. Is that an ice cream scoop? Sure looks like an ice cream scoop. Oh, wouldn't that be splendid? It sure does look like an ice cream scoop. What do you think? They sure all look the same, but different colored. quite alright. Alright, now we need some chocolate. Chocolate. Get some French vanilla. Tea. And mint chocolate chip. And just bread and bagels left. Isn't that delightful? I sure think it is. I think I do. I think I do. Bagels. Mm-hmm. Ba da 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 da. Mm-hmm. See what's on X. See. Tick tock, tick tock. Mm-hmm.
Clerk to register 9 or service 9. Second request.
Mm-hmm. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh. Mhm. And did not get taco seasoning. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you today?
Excellent.
Wonderful.
I figured I might as well take it at the same time.
Yep.
Because you pull it and you big things and you turn them around and then it hits it again. So I just use the bar thing and then just put it up. Turns out to be awesome.
Hello.
Hello. 131.54.
Perfect.
Got all the good stuff here.
Right.
Keep hydrated
That's right. Gotta keep these kids alive and sugarated.
oh my god. Salted up, sugared up.
It's what makes life fun. Or something like that. Thank you. Have a great day.
Oh, you too. Bye.
See, I didn't. Winco is such a great store. It's clean, it's well lit. Very well put together. I'm a big Winco fan.